What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now we're going to be looking at the Dark Edition of Modern Warfare just a little bit today, but I really want to review this game because obviously it's been out for a little bit. I played the campaign, I played some Spec Ops, and of course I played some of the multiplayer, which I gotta say, guys, Modern Warfare this year is definitely the game that you should pick up. There's a lot of great games coming out. You got the Outer Worlds, you got Modern Warfare, of course, and then you got the Pacific DLC with Battlefield, and of course, I think next week, you're also going to be getting Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC, which is really exciting stuff to hear. But I just want to show you real quick what comes in the Dark Edition. This is night vision goggles. If you guys messed around with the MW2 Collector's Edition, you obviously would know that it did include night vision goggles, but this is a lot more intricate. Obviously, this is a lot more years in depth in technology, and I mean, this is amazing. These night vision goggles are absolutely insane. You can see in the dark very, very easily. It has 3 modes, as you can see here. Well, one mode is it's just turning it on, of course, and then the second one is turning it from black and white to the green filter, and then you also have a button down here which turns on a light that only you can see while wearing this headset, which is like crazy. It's really, really intricate, and I'm really impressed with it, honestly. I mean, I use this, I went outside with it, it works great. There's a bunch of other videos that you can find on the internet already that talk about this headset and people using it and going outside and trying it on, and it works really, really good. You could bring this and use this for any event that you are going to be outside, maybe hunting. I mean, I'm not totally sure on that part. I don't hunt, but I know this works. It's really, really cool. It also comes with a hardcover, which is always cool to have. I mean, it's just going to keep the disc cozy when you're not playing it, I guess. But it is cool. It is a cool case. Has really cool cover art on it. Of course, it has the night vision goggles on it, which you bought. So, yeah, really cool stuff. But besides all that, I do want to talk about Modern Warfare itself. Now, I played through the campaign, like I said, and that was the first thing I jumped on because, of course, I already played the multiplayer in the beta. There's a lot of ground war action in the beta and, normal team deathmatch stuff. So I already had a good understanding what the multiplayer was going to be like, but, I didn't know what the campaign was going to offer. Was it going to be a really good campaign like they said, or was it going to fall short and it was just to build up hype? Well, I can confidently say that this campaign is really up in that same level of the other Modern Warfare games, and even to a higher extent considering the technology, the stuff they present in this game, the way they present it. It is honestly a Modern Warfare game with up-to-date graphics. Like if you were to, make Call of Duty 4 in 2019, this is it. This is what they're going for, and it really shows. This is a highly detailed game with a lot of disturbing events, which you will see when you play through the campaign. But the campaign has meaning. You know the characters, you remember their names, so they're not just 2D characters. And it is a awesome story. I don't want to spoil anything, but there are a few missions where you're like going through like Zero Dark 30 and also the Benghazi events. I mean, all that stuff is really inspired in this game, so you're going to be getting a really good amount of action and story involved with this game. And I'm telling you, this is definitely one of the most graphic Call of Duties I played personally, and also the most intricate. When you kill people in this game, it really feels like you're dropping them. I mean, it's kind of interesting the way they have it. I mean, like Red Dead Redemption 2, when you kill people, it has that sort of same effect, like you feel like you're actually, killing something, rather than, the older Call of Duties where you're just killing, like, you don't really feel it, but this, you feel it, kind of. So, they did a good job. The detail is there. Basically, that's what I'm saying. The detail is there. It's a great campaign. The graphics, the sound, the characters, Captain Price returning, some of the old characters are back. That's all I'm going to say, but man, great. And also the ending. Not spoiling it, like I said, but the ending is really what gave me that extra, like, okay, this was good. I can't wait for the next game. So yeah, awesome stuff there. Moving on to Spec Ops. Spec Ops was a alright, I would say. It was an alright mode. I played a few, of the missions so far, but it definitely needs some work, guys. I mean, the Spec Ops mode is really kind of feels like it just added on at the last second. I mean, the trailer for it was really good, but when you're in it, it doesn't really do a good job at directing you. It's kind of 2D. It puts you on the Ground War map that they just added, which I think that map was actually meant for the Spec Ops mode, or maybe, vice versa. I really don't know. But it was a interesting experience. You start off in this building. For at least the first mission, you start off in this building that's from the Ground War map. You jump off, and there's all these objectives, a little farther away, and then you get to it, and then you move on to killing target, and then if you all die, you mess up, and it's over with. So it just feels like there's a lot of glitches, and when you're talking, or when other people are talking, in the game, the characters that are talking about the situation that you're in, like your mission, it cuts off sometimes. So it's not really well polished is really what I'm going for right now. It's not that well polished. It definitely needs a lot more work if it's going to be, that extra mode. And there's also like a classic Spec Ops experience where you're like in this helicopter, of course you get shot down, and then you're in the campaign level, basically area that you will experience in the campaign, and then enemies come. Kind of like survival. I have not touched survival just yet because I just really haven't had the time, but it does probably going to be, just like Modern Warfare 3 or maybe even better. That might be a good, thing to go on, but not many people are going to be able to play it because it's PlayStation exclusive, which sucks. It really, really sucks. So yeah, Spec Ops, not my cup of tea. I will try it again because I think there's a cool mission like the Mile High Club from Call of Duty 4 where you're in the plane, and that's really, really cool. So I'm going to have to check that out whenever I get the chance with a few buddies. Also, now getting towards the multiplayer, which is definitely the most important part. Multiplayer is really good. I think the gunplay and the weapons, the customization, the camos, oh my goodness, this game is like so much in detail. There's so much detail here. And moving on from each new weapon, also they have a bunch of, categories that, introduce challenges where you can, use each of these weapons. They say, okay, get a certain amount of kills for the assault rifles, get a certain amount of kills for the SMGs, and, it makes you use weapons that maybe you wouldn't use before. So it has a bit of fun there, and the challenges really give you good rewards, kind of like the kits from, I would say, Modern Warfare Remastered. If you played that game, you have kits that make your gun look a little different, and that's a lot of the challenges rewards is making your gun look a little different. So you can get a different version of the MP7, you can get a different version of one of the assault rifles there, or a pistol, like the Glock or whatever, the M18, I think it's called in the game. So there's a lot of things you could, go for. And also a lot of those rewards give you XP, like 2,000 or 600, or no, 6,000 XP, which is a lot of XP. And right now there's double XP weekend. So, you can really rank up right now, which is really cool. Also, I know a lot of people are talking about the maps in Modern Warfare that they're horrendous and they're terrible. Now, I don't think the maps in Modern Warfare are that bad. I think if we, we play it more, I think we'll get a little used to them. I don't think they're absolutely terrible. There are a few maps that I do like that map with the bridge. Also, like the London map. Like from the story mode. There's a lot of, few maps that I do like, and there are a few maps that I really do not like. My biggest issue with Modern Warfare right now is the spawns. It feels like when I'm in team deathmatch, when I die, it spawns me back in like the same place over and over again. So if the enemy is pushing up towards one side of the map, it's kind of like domination. It's like they capture A flag, they capture B flag, and then you're stuck on your C flag spawn. Basically the whole game, and it's like that with Team Deathmatch. You can really get cornered in that spawn because it doesn't flip you over to the side. Now, I did just play a match, right before making this video where it actually did do that, so maybe they updated it, I don't know, but that is one issue that I definitely wanted to mention. So yeah, the graphics, like the realism mode is really, really cool. It's kind of like hardcore, there's no mini-map unless you get a UAV, and when you're in these maps and you have no HUD, it's like a totally different experience. I think this is where I'm going to be for the most of my experience playing Modern Warfare is in the realism mode. Realism is so, so, so cool. It really does feel like a whole different game, and it's really satisfying getting kills, and especially playing it on my Xbox One X with 4K HDR, and if you're playing on your PS4 or PS4 Pro, you have that HDR as well and high resolution. You really get to see the detail in Modern Warfare with the realism mode. It is so, so cool. Ground War is awesome. I'm a huge Battlefield fan, so hopping onto Ground War, it does give me those Battlefield vibes. Definitely. It's not exact to Battlefield, because it's, the fast time to kill. It's a lot more chaotic. Basically, every match is like a Metro or Locker from Battlefield 3 and 4. So, I mean, that's cool for some people. Some people really like that. Some people don't. So, it's really going to depend. There's vehicles, there's transport helicopters. So, you have that vehicle action. I think the kill streaks are actually a good thing to have in this mode because it really adds to that all-out war experience. Seeing a guy with, like a Pavlov come in and go around the whole map. I mean, that's a huge plane with the guns, just, tearing it apart. You got the Harrier coming in, flying around, tearing up people. I mean, there's a lot of really, really cool streaks in here that when you see them in a 64-player map, it really brings to light, man, this is war. We're at war. People aren't really going for the objectives too much. There's a mechanic in the game that when you do capture all the 6 flags and the enemy team doesn't take them back for like 40 seconds, there's like this thing called DEFCON where I think like a nuke goes off or it just ends the game and your team wins, which makes sense. Like if you were in a real battle and you capture all the sectors and the enemy doesn't take it back, I mean, you got those sectors secure. So I'd say that's a pretty interesting detail. I think Battlefield should do it. Well, I think it's an interesting idea. I don't know if it would work so good in Battlefield, but I like, what they went with there. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of, in a, certain maps, a lot of elevation. You can go into the buildings and, you can go up like 15 flights of stairs, which is crazy. It's absolutely insane, the amount of stairs that are in this game. Like, they just copy-pasted the stage, and you just go up, 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 up. It's really detailed, though. I mean, there's a lot of rooms you can get into on a lot of these ground war maps. There's 2 maps. I think it's Cars Quarry, and then I forgot the other map, but it's like Future Shanghai from Battlefield 4. It's a big urban-style map. There's a lot of building interiors, and there's a lot of fighting going on the roofs. Snipers taking people out, helicopters slamming into people. So it's really fun. There's a lot of diversity. Now, I want to mention also the 2v2, which is another game mode, which is awesome. It has cool maps like the Gulag, which is from MW2. It has a map called Hill, which was actually going to be in the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And now it's in this, inspired. It's not the exact same map, but it's inspired from that original canceled map. So I know a lot of people love the 2v2. I love the 2v2. That's an awesome mode. Man, there's a lot of options in the multiplayer. The multiplayer is great. It is great, but there are a few things wrong with the maps, like people do say. It's not constant for the flow. The flow isn't that good with some of these maps. You can't really go in guns blazing like you could in Black Ops 4. It's a lot more camper focused or camper friendly, I would say. If you're camping, you're going to get a lot of kills, but it's not fun for the other players, right? So I can definitely see that. I know a lot of us are waiting for them to add like MW2 maps or MW3 or MW1 maps into the game, and I think when they do add those maps, I think there's going to be a lot more fun, because the maps that are already good in the game right now, when I play those maps, I really like those maps and I have a great time already. A lot of people will agree that the gunplay is really satisfying and really good in Modern Warfare, so if they just add maybe some better maps, that's basically it, because, I mean, you already have everything else. Like the customization, you can make your gun into really whatever you want. Like, think of Battlefield 4 customization and like triple that by like 5. I mean, it's insane. There's so many attachments. There's so many camos. Oh my goodness. This game is filled to the brim with, customization. I really do believe Modern Warfare should be on a 2-year life cycle, guys, this time around. Black Ops 5 does seem like it's going to be in some sort of rough area, with the rumor going around that Sledgehammer Games is helping because, their game that they were making, something happened, and, Treyarch now has to take over, and they have to get a game out next year. They should really take a break, maybe release Modern Warfare 2 Remastered next year instead of Black Ops 5, or do some cool event in Modern Warfare instead. I think that would be a better option for everybody. That would be really cool. Alright guys, so that is my opinion of Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is an awesome game. I recommend you guys picking it up if you're a Call of Duty fan, a Battlefield fan, a Rainbow Six Siege fan. If you're a shooter fan, this game is most likely for you. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a modern setting in a shooter game these days. So this is a game I would definitely recommend playing. I would rate it, if I had to rate it, I'd rate it a 9 out of 10. The point off would be for the maps. If they had better maps, I think we would have a awesome Call of Duty this year. But because of the maps, it really does take some of that fun that could be there and it just, you know, cuts it off. It's not there. So for some people, not everybody. But it does depend on what mode you're playing. So if you're playing Search and Destroy, some of these maps actually work good, or you're playing that new rescue mode, it's, you know, it does work. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.